Hey guys, Heather here, and today I'm going to show you how to prepare tempeh. So you can see that tempeh comes in this package and it is double wrapped. So what I like to do is cut it down the middle, and then I like to break open the package like this and squeeze the tempeh out. All right, so I know there's a lot of questions about tempeh, and I would say that it is made from soybeans. So just like you can think of black beans or pinto beans, soy is just another kind of bean. And just like other beans, they're incredibly high with protein. It has a ton of calcium, iron, amazingly nutritious. And you can even see the soybeans here. And no worries if you see dark spots, it just is how it comes. But it is basically fermented, which makes it healthy and easy on the gut. So what you can do with tempeh, there's a lot of things you can do. You can even crumble it, so it kind of takes the shape of like a ground turkey or ground beef. But what we're going to do here today is we're going to go ahead and cut it into small pieces. You can see here that you can cut it into strips, and now we're going to cut it into small little squares. Okay, it is a lot firmer than its cousin, the tofu, and because it is more of a whole food than tofu, it has a ton more fiber. So what that means is that if you were to eat the same amount of calories of tempeh as compared to the same amount of calories of tofu, you would get fuller faster using tempeh or eating tempeh. So, all right. So today we're going to make barbecue tempeh, and we're going to roast it in the oven. All right. You can put, if you kept tempeh a little more whole, you could easily put it on the grill. You could also saute it, and you can also put it in a slow cooker or pressure cooker and make some tempeh chili as well. What I'm going to do today is I'm just going to put a little bit of veggie broth on here. And then I'm going to put a little bit of barbecue sauce as well. And if you have an air fryer, you can actually do this without oil. And if you don't have an air fryer and you're going to put it in the oven, it's kind of up to you how you like your tempeh. I do like to be mindful of added fats and processed fats, and so I try to minimize the amount of oil that we use. And so if you're going to put it in the oven, a little spritz of oil to keep it from sticking, and a utilitarian amount in order to get it a little bit on the crispy side. Otherwise it may just be a little bit just softer. Okay, so I've put a little bit of barbecue sauce, a little bit of veggie broth, and I'm just going to put this on a pan and just give it a light spritz of oil to keep it from sticking. Alright guys, so our tempeh has been in the oven for 20 minutes at 375, and it is starting to crisp up nicely. Again, I just drizzled a little bit of olive oil on here, and then when it was in the bowl, I put a little bit of veggie broth and barbecue sauce. So this is looking good. You can eat this at any time. However, I like a really nice crisp to it, so I'm going to go ahead and stick this back in the oven for another, I probably will give it about 8 more minutes, and then we'll pull it right back out and see how crispy it is then. Hey guys, we've just finished making tempeh, which is fermented soybeans, and we put it in the oven at 375 for what ultimately ended up being about 35 minutes, and we checked on it every 10 minutes or so, and you can see here it is completely crispy brown. Love it. We had marinated it with a little bit of barbecue sauce as well as a little bit of veggie broth, and just used a little bit of oil just to kind of grease the bottom and to give it that crispness. Didn't go overboard, and now I'm just going to top it with a little more barbecue sauce and gonna give it a little swirl with the spoon. This is something that you can add to tacos, you can add to a wrap, you can add this to one of those famous Buddha bowls. Anything you can think of. This is amazing. It has a lot of fiber, tons of protein, calcium, iron, nutritional powerhouse for sure, and more than anything, it's just delicious. So that's tempeh in a nutshell. Go ahead, pick some up at the grocery store, roast some, put it on the grill, saute it, or throw it in the oven.